Boys and girls, welcome to Club Evil. I'm Evil Dick.
Evil Dick! Evil.
You're a devil in disguise is what you are. You're burning me on purpose.
That's what I'm saying. Why do they think that God gives a crap about what goes on in that house? And why do they think that he's going to part the Red Sea for them to the Promised Land? Didn't you watch last season? What they didn't show last season was me in the diary room praying to my God, Fred.
Like some young Chinese small spaces, Evil Dick, these little gooey telltale.
Are you taking the cameras off of me?
Evil Dick!
Did you push the red button? Oh,
Did you edit this stuff before you put it on? Or
I give it to somebody else to edit.
Okay.
Most of the time you're right.
Yeah,
And here we are for this is my very easy way out of doing a Dick and Night recap. But we're getting drunk at Epcot.
There we go.
I'm here with Courtney.
Tell me which one you prefer.
Okay, hold on. Veronica.
It's a little bit dry.
We're here with
It's
Veronica.
not Veronica, I totally.
Say, oh,
Hi,
what is her name? I can't remember my glasses on.
Sorry?
What's her name?
Rihanna?
Hello, ciao.
Hello, Chow.
Yes.
Her name is Hello Chow.
Hello, ciao. My name, yes, no.
Grazie, ciao.
Grazie, ciao. You can try.
Oh, Grachi Chow.
Whatever, you guys will chop me anyway.
I like this too.
The sweet one? 3 glasses of the sweet
Sure.
one? Yes, please. Thank you
I
very
was right
much.
once, so I don't know how to compare it.
I thought that was the glass. I was
Nah, it's fine.
And like I said, we're drinking at Epcot. There's my cousin Raymond.
That's for $12.
You see the family resemblance? You're lying, you do not.
Maybe we should have gotten your bottle just the size of a tomato.
Courtney from Survivor China and Heroes and Villains, another villain.
That's it.
Can you name my season?
Token G.
There you go.
Spencer. Only because Todd told me earlier.
No, probably true.
Spencer from Token G. Todd, winner of Survivor China. The person that I constantly am saying, Jeff Probst, you have to point the camera at me. You're a douchebag, Jeff. How could you not invite this guy back again?
I second that.
Right?
He's too busy with his talk show.
So, no.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. Jeff, we'll see, Jeff.
It's gonna be like Jay Leno trying to go prime time.
We'll see, Jeff. We'll see. Come on.
See,
If
nobody
you
even knows
fail-
what I'm talking about. Because people don't remember Jay Leno trying to go prime time.
Listen, I was born in 2004, so I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is how Conan O'Brien ended up on TNT. Conan was supposed to take his.
Oh, no, we know that. No, we know.
And he
Exactly.
came
Yeah.
back.
Then Conan ended up on
Okay.
TBS, not
This
TBS,
is
TBS.
okay. This is my relate thing to Jeff Probst.
Fine.
Okay, he's gonna suck. He's not gonna be the next Oprah. Nobody's gonna give a shit what he has to say. Anyhow.
That's part of being like a talk show host. Is you have to be a good
How many
Wait,
times?
what did you say, Courtney? I'm sorry. It was all about me.
Well, this one time when I was in Samoa, I remember. It's like,
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is
Ooh,
what
alcohol
you
is
are.
coming.
3 glasses of Moscato Cadoro.
Moscato Cadoro?
Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
You're close. We're wicked classy over here. We get classy.
Cheers.
Salute. You're
salute.
You're
We're in the Venus. Venus.
gonna get in on
To our Dick at Night Big Brother recap.
Cheers.
Here we go.
Cheers.
Courtney says to Dick at Night, we know she's not talking about the show. She's talking about penis after it goes dark.
She's not the only one. Dick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Behold, this side of the table is talking about. Oh, I have to be quiet with the penis jokes because the rest of the executives are here. What the hell's been going on? Willie. Speaking of penis, Willie, penis, Dick, penis, Willie. It's all.
And he's a hands too, so that works out really well.
That's right. So, basically self-evicted. Because he couldn't deal. He went up to the HOH and he said, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to be evicted before the next year.
I'm gonna throw a pork rind at Janelle.
They didn't show the pork rind. We should show. I wish they had pork rinds for a reenactment.
That makes me want to vomit.
He took some pork rinds, threw them in her face, called her the C word and the B word.
They are.
They're from New York delis, apparently, according to JoJo. But nobody buys them. Nobody buys them.
When you buy cigarettes,
You get your coffee and your cigarette.
pork
But the pork rinds, nobody gets the pork rinds.
People get the pork.
Does anybody feel like they're watching a bad episode of Jersey Shore when she comes
I
on?
kind of love it.
I love it, but the sad thing is most likely going to get evicted this week, so we're losing a decent, she's not a good player, but she's a decent character at least to keep the summer going. I mean, we're stuck with Danielle and Ashley, and who was the other boring bitch that we have left?
Danielle,
Oh,
Ashley.
Jen. She's boring too.
Oh, Jen. Jen, the more wild-looking one.
She's a
that
lesbian.
Everyone
Drama.
kept saying she's the female evil dick.
The thing with Leslie, you gotta put a Leslie in the house with them. That's drama right
Or
there.
you wait till maybe she can turn someone. I don't know. I haven't watched the show, but I'm just saying.
All I think
people
about
get bored and like, you know.
This chick though, what's her face? Like Miss Jersey? Oh, JoJo.
JoJo.
Miss JoJo.
We
My
had a
favorite
Joe,
chick-
a Jody, and a JoJo.
Right? I thought the same thing. It was like this.
Well, just true to Survivor fashion lately, they were the black person first. Survivor had like a 4-season run of like black person
Listen,
going first.
Kalia was
Really
on
important.
last year. Nobody wanted to see Kalia 2.0.
Nobody wanted to see
She
Cleo
looked
the
like,
first time.
well, this is very true. Did you see her shaving in the bathtub?
Oh my God. We were watching After Dark. It was unfortunate.
Bad.
We were like, ooh, oh.
It was bad.
Yeah, and during my recaps last year, my producers flashed that in the recaps, like every episode 3
Well,
times.
you conveniently retweeted that photo recently, which was unfortunate.
that's
Because of course I'm convinced like this is the best photo ever. Dick. I was like, look. Oh, dick.
That was,
He got me again.
that was one of those I got you.
That
I
dick
you.
got me again. Not the first time I've said that.
So Willie goes up and he's gonna self-abate. And he goes downstairs and throws some pork rinds in Janelle's face. Because Janelle is the one that took Willie. Here we go. Ready? This is Janelle. This is Willie. And she pushed him over the ledge, okay? By putting him on slop.
I gotta be really. That's my fear,
She
man.
put him on slop, she made him a have-not, and he like lost his mind.
Okay, but if being,
Bitch that
but if
is that.
being put on slop puts you over the edge of the Big Brother house, you aren't made for Big Brother house.
No, but the thing is like, he didn't even win HOH.
True.
He was given HOH.
So why would we be humbled by that? Why would we say, listen, I didn't even win it, so I'm empowered and take advantage of it, but
Because
I
he's a hands. That's why.
well, I was getting to that point, but it's true. But unlike,
Well,
let me say the point,
other people that get HOH
unlike Russell, Brandon, and really neither of them thrived under pressure. Russell, conveniently, Survivor producers, somehow found idols all the time under pressure.
Listen.
I don't know.
I was
It's
expecting.
just magical powers.
I mean,
Yes.
I'm just saying.
He navigates the underbrush like no one I've ever seen.
I mean, when there's a cameraman standing
so
over
close,
it,
she's
it
like-
works out really
I
well.
thought that Willie was gonna come out of the HOH with a hidden immunity idol in his pocket.
And like a
Like
key
an actual
too.
one from Survivor.
Yeah, right.
I
You guys
thought
are gonna trio.
I thought it was gonna be like a golden
I'm nominated.
key. I thought it was a golden key to make it like a top 8 or something like that, like last season.
Everybody's expecting something.
Exactly.
But him just being put on slop, like he lost it. First off, who loses it like that before even the POV is played? The POV wasn't even played. You're not out yet.
Well, it's in
He
the
wasn't-
moment.
He wasn't even nominated.
idea what he's doing.
But he wasn't. He was nominated, basically. Like, I mean, when Frank won, all of us sat there like, well, that's good karma, instant karma right
He's
there.
related to
That's what
someone
makes
else
Big
who is
Brother
sort of okay
Yes,
with a
that
different
does. And but
reality.
that's, so this week, the only way this week would work in true Big Brother fashion is if JoJo eventually goes home, because that seems like the target, because it's JoJo and Danielle now. I know we're going based on after hours or whatever. And then JoJo goes home, so now it's down to Shane for Brittany and Danielle for Dan, and one of them wins HOH. They create an alliance and bargain with one of the other coaches. Say, listen, we're gonna put one of each of your players up. If one of you win BOV, that's totally fine. We're gonna put that person who wins, we're gonna put somebody else from that person's that coach up and bargain with me, because next week Shane and I have to be safe, or Danielle and I have to be safe. That's the only way they're gonna survive in this game, because those other coaches, for some reason, Danielle and Boogie are working together.
No, they hate each
Tell
other.
me this right now.
Janelle
Is
hates
this season not rigged for Janelle to win?
Everybody keeps saying that, and I see how it is.
I feel like it's working in her favor.
Dan picked his team. Dan picked his team with his penis.
Well, he was stuck with the last one, wasn't he?
He picked the Playmate of the Year 2006 first. He picked
But his wife is
the
hot.
cute nurse
But his wife is hot.
second.
Well, I mean,
His wife is hot, though. He doesn't need
What does
that.
that have to do with anything?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, he's just not going home to sleep with some frumper dump.
Okay, hold on. He's in the little conference room, what they call the game room, the little.
Hugging Danielle.
Oh yeah, and he's like, oh, Danielle,
I won't
I
do
can,
the-
I can help you get to the end. Oh, you and it's like,
Well, your first two
I'm
really fit
sure
with
that
us.
I'm sure his wife is like, I'm going to kill that motherfucker. It comes out.
But I think his wife is hotter than the girls that he's.
You mean
Hotter?
Masada?
Hold on. His wife is hotter than the Playboy Playmate of the Year 2006. I don't think so.
She was
Well, it is
real dull.
2012. People can go down
She was
fairly
real dull.
quickly.
But she was cute.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen this show. I'm
But
just
you have no
Well, Ian
personality.
calls
man.
her the hottest girl in the world.
Well, Ian also has.
He is Cochran 2.0.
Yes, absolutely. I don't give a shit.
I'm sorry, was I being? Am I under contract anymore? Oh, I'm pretty sure I'm not. And
you know
am
what?
I being brought back anytime soon?
That's right.
And you wonder why Jeff Probst hasn't called me to come back. He's my boyfriend.
Somehow I had to doubt that.
See, this is how they keep the dangling carrot going. Because they might call me back.
But don't say anything.
But me, I don't give a shit. If they call me back, they call me back. If they don't, they can kiss my ass. Tink. But if they call me back or not, they're gonna put me in every motherfucking commercial for the next 5 years anyway. Fair. Yes. So, yeah, CBS can kiss my ass.
that
Yes,
does not
I
get edited out.
No.
That is.
Leave that in.
No, I'm not worried about it. So, what the hell else about this season? Willie lost his shit. We got
Now
the two
one
people.
POV, or one coach's challenge.
Because what?
Brittany blew it, and then
Because
Boogie was
Boogie was like, oh!
But Brittany blew it.
That
Like
was
Brittany was
pretty
awesome.
awesome.
But don't you think
that was funny?
When Boogie was so ready to
Okay,
win,
but-
and he jumps off and then he's like, ha ha ha.
But typical Big Brother fashion, a challenge was meant for somebody to win because they wanted Brittany to win to have the decision to get rid of Willie. And so they were like, oh,
Yeah.
and low balance challenge, like she was intended to win. She didn't do it, but still had some drama with it, whatever. And then Willie ended up going home, so they got their drama that they wanted, but still, they wanted that to be in play. Didn't get it. It's like Survivor 2, Survivor as well.
They all did.
They do exactly. It's unfortunate. Like
You can't guarantee that somebody's gonna win, but they can gear it towards. Look, Todd's good at puzzles.
if Todd is on the chopping block, we want him, but he's a character. We'll have a puzzle challenge. Maybe he'll stay in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's Boston Rob. Every challenge is gonna be a puzzle.
It's not his fault. He's good.
And we'll saddle him with blackies at the
He's good at
tribe.
everything.
Rob is literally carrying his family on his back. The most ridiculous statement I ever saw.
Rob, will you grab a beer with me after this
That
challenge?
made me embarrassed for everyone who's affiliated with that episode.
Unbelievable. Jeff Probst, come on now. You kill him.
But we love you, Jeff. We do.
He's good at what he does.
No.
So, tonight, what the hell are they going to be showing on tonight? They're going to be showing the POV.
So right now,
the
they're
replacement.
doing the nominations and the POV, right?
Right.
So nominations are going to be Shane and JoJo. Anti-Brittany. Brittany will break down, shocking, on cue. And then Shane will win.
Hold on, it'll be like this, one eye going that way.
Shane will win POV. Shane will
Shane wins
take himself
POV.
off the clock, and then Danielle gets nominated. And then it's like, who? Julie turns
Yeah,
it.
so
Who?
Danielle and JoJo, and from what we know right now, it's JoJo that's going.
That's what we think.
Which is
But if you
unfortunate
think
because
change-
having ghetto trash in the house is fun.
And I mean, somebody from the University of Alabama like this, they already won a football championship recently. The bitch gotta go. She's boring too. We have to have entertainment in the house. I mean, somebody ghetto jersey.
Her freaking fedoras, her heels,
She's trashy.
ghetto diamond right here and right here, and she's like, listen, I got my coffee, I just need to find a light up. Where's my light
It's
up?
like she
I need a
searches
cigarette.
for words that accentuate
Right?
her New York accent.
What's funny is that
Coffee.
she-
Contract with
Yeah,
the
it's
Catholic.
just like,
She,
They were
Where's
like,
my
play your position, girl.
I need some apple grit.
yeah.
you were meant to be Snooki, now do it. And then she's gonna be voted out. Well,
So,
And there'll be-
Denim short skirt.
who do we think it's going to be JoJo?
and then we hope Shane or Danielle win HOH because that'll make it interesting. If one of the Janelle or Boogie people win, most
I
likely
would
Shane.
really like to see one of those people win and see Danielle and see Shane go up on the block and see either Dan or Brittany get the fuck out of there.
But just to see what happens because they
Yeah,
didn't
because
win.
they've never said.
Okay, but at the same
And
time,
expect the
I'm
unexpected.
tired of the arrogance of Boogie and Janelle. Well, I love Janelle and Boogie is an interesting looking fella.
All
Over
he
their
needs is
power.
a big wart on his nose and a broom,
I feel like
and he can fly away on it.
that belongs in your garden. One of the scary ones.
With a Will t-shirt.
How did you
With
like,
a Will related
how did
t-shirt.
you like the last outfit with the orange hat and the orange shirt? I
what
wanted to ask you about Popsicle.
Who's that?
I'm just saying, the whole thing was orange.
Where's Will?
Where's Will?
That's what I thought.
I expected him to be wearing white slacks with white loafers and a metal detector next to the seat to go on the beach down and looking for coins or something.
Well, the thing is that it's boring if they're going to be in command of the if it becomes like one against the other, it's quickly like a numbers game there, but it's 3 against 3 type thing. What makes it more interesting is the other team stay in the house.
We got two gay guys here. How do you feel about Will? That did reveal that you're gay. We gotta let her in on everything.
This is awkward.
So,
Babe, I gotta tell you.
So Will revealed that he lost his virginity to a pilot. After 2 days, the pilot left and never called him
We got
again.
scabies.
Yes. I had to look up what scabies was.
I was like,
I thought pirates get scabies.
No, that's scurvy.
I know that.
She said that too.
Wait, who got shingles? What?
My grandma got shingles.
Okay.
That is
All
not
right,
a
now I'm straight on
Shingles is
everything.
with
Thank
chicken
you.
pox. We also the
Yeah.
commercial, okay? No, scabies.
Sorry, Will is like.
well, why would you admit that when you know you're being recorded?
Will is like a prick.
Well, all he does is like play with his extensions. All day.
Like, is that legit?
He
They
was sitting
gotta
on
be
the couch
extension.
doing this kind of stuff the other day, and I'm like, okay, I
Wait,
don't want to see
what was that again?
Right?
Oh, there you go.
And my
my
favorite
balls
is like
hanging out.
when he tried to be a straight guy in the 80s.
Was it
He
Craig?
comes out in his.
Oh yeah, the girls were all in like bimbo,
he's
like
yo, man,
ponytails, and like pink outfits. I was like, good job.
again down.
Hey.
So, this guy, what do you think about him? I think he's gonna sneak through and like.
I think he's alright. I mean, I think if I was a gay man on the show, I would love to have Janelle as my mentor because I think she's fabulous. Like, I mean, fake hair, bleach blonde, fake nose, fake lips, like bitchy, like gays would love it. So I would have been like, yes, bitch, I won the fucking jackpot. I think as far as he goes, though, I haven't seen much of a gameplay from him. He's just like, oh my god, I love you now. I have really terrible extensions with a terrible cut. It's like, it's really disgusting.
Have you seen
Really
his American Idol audition?
I saw something of his that lasted like 30 seconds where he was the tanning booth mom, where he was like really tan and then like halfway through he went in blackface. You missed that one?
That's crazy.
Let's move on to, we'll keep on Janelle's team. Joe, the screaming chef that goes in the diary room and screams.
Somebody on Twitter pointed out that he looks like a Power Ranger with his dance against.
That was me.
That was you.
That was me, the green
Oh,
Power
I
Ranger.
followed. There you go. I
He was like this.
Oh yeah.
That's
Really
right.
was trying. Oh yeah. He really was trying to say thank you. He was like,
Thank you, dear.
But this guy's lying to everyone.
He's a waste of space.
He acts like he's drunk. He sounds like he's drunk.
He reminds me a little bit of Superfan from last season, Irrelevant, finished 3rd place. Adam.
Who's that?
Adam.
Who's that?
Irrelevant. Adam.
Adam Bacon Boy.
Oh yeah. I don't do anything. I like to talk a big game. I know everything about everything, but I won't do anything to make a big move.
When I was interviewing Adam, and Adam's a nice guy, and he's probably going to be watching this because
Well-
he has subscribed to TikTok.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. It's like if you don't make a big move and you talk a big game for 70 days, do
When
something.
I was interviewing Adam at the finale in the backyard last year, you know,
Right, yeah. Rachel with her
the press station.
horrendous
So I
voice
said,
press.
I go, can somebody give me my computer as I'm interviewing him, like live streaming out? And I go, I have an article here from the Entertainment Weekly. Is Adam the worst Big Brother player in Big Brother history? And he's like, what?
He's like, perhaps. Perhaps. You could argue such.
I mean, there's
But he
such a-
goes, he's adamant. I came in 3rd. I said, so did Jerry. Remember the old man who's like 90? He came in 3rd
There's a
too.
fine line between playing a game to last as far as you can and playing a game to win.
That's gonna be Joe this
In,
year.
in
There's also
Survivor,
a
in
difference
Big
between-
Brother, there are so many different social games where there's a fine line between playing to last as long as you can. Second place.
The restaurant over there can hear you.
And playing to win.
and playing to win. I played to win, way too early, burn, irrelevant.
But there's also people who are dragged along because they're easily cut the fat when you need to get rid of
But he
them.
doesn't eat any bacon, so how is it?
You understand what I'm saying? So some people sneak through. Jordan was taken that way. She ended up winning. It happened with Sandra. She won twice.
The farther you get to, the closer that you get to the end, obviously, the better chance you have. However, it seems as if to have control of it, there are bigger rolls of the die to have, and if you take them early, you could lose your lot and be out. You could take them early and win, and then you're in control for the rest of the game type thing. So it's one of those things, but he didn't make any important decision, and it ended up being Rachel owning.
Let's get back on track here. Is anybody a fan of Joe, the chef? No. With the little weird thing on his chin.
I don't have an emotion either way.
It's a waste of space.
She doesn't know who it is. Do you know who I am?
But you're cute.
I know who you are.
Oh, very good. That's all that matters, right?
That's pretty much how I got invited to the party.
And I wanted to get, I even told you, I said something on Twitter. Oh, Courtney doesn't even like me or something. True. And he goes, oh, I didn't ask her if she was going. I just kind of assumed.
Well,
and I go,
true.
I was just trying to get her attention. And he goes,
She was like, yes, I would love to go. It'd be so much fun. Go drink
and then
on
she
the
goes,
world. It'd be
oh,
great.
fuck, Dick's going to be there? Yeah, I don't know.
No, I was like, let's go. We'll bury the hatchet that never existed.
Two catty bitches.
Who else are we? Ashley.
She's Anna.
Is Ashley as stupid as she seems, or is it an act?
She has horsemen, which is interesting.
No, I feel like she's always just like.
She's exactly Xanax, very much so like crushed up. Snorted about 300 before she got in the house. Lasted the whole
That
75
hurt her
days.
back, that had to get muscle relaxer too. That was falling out of bed like the first couple nights.
But she also said, I wanted Carragher because I want to be under the radar.
Well, my favorite thing that she said was, "Does anybody else want some ice cream?" And someone said, "No, I think
very
I'll
dominant.
pass because I want to gain a lot of weight." And she's like, "I'm one of those lucky girls where it doesn't go to my stomach. I don't gain weight." I'm like, "Listen, bitch, you are following in the footsteps of Portia and June, where you are well on your way to gaining about 30
I should got
pounds."
some chunks from longer than that bitch too.
Just the
Rachel was too stressed
Yeah,
that
it's
way.
like reverse Survivor syndrome.
Rachel always was working out all the time in there.
She had to because homegirl was big bone.
Yeah, she's not as
I can't wait to see her this weekend.
Rachel's much different outside the house. And I tell them to their face, like everybody else.
I don't like
I
that.
hate you on my television. I never want to see you on my television
The thing
again.
was-
But outside the house, I like them because you're not in their little bedroom sessions where it's like, and he's like, it's okay, babe, because I'm gonna cure cancer.
The thing was, I actually enjoy her on my television because she is such a disaster. I want her on my season. He said, when Amazing Race started, he said, I hope she finishes fourth.
Exactly.
I hope she's on the entire season except the finals. She has no chance of winning, but I want her to be all season long. And they finished third, yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, the whole thing was all entertainment, whatever. But she's a disaster. But you're right. Like I don't really like her from what I can tell as a person. And I'm excited to meet her.
They're very nice.
But
Very nice.
the thing is, I respect her as a
Outside the
competitor
house?
because she,
I met her once. And
she was a CUNT to
I
him.
walked up to her and I said,
That was before. Thank you. I'm
I
proud of myself.
walked up to him and I said, "I'm so excited to meet you guys. Hi, I'm Todd."
Before she won last year.
She shakes my hand and she's like, "Who are you?" And I said, "I'm Todd." And she's like, "Oh, well, what were you on?" I said, "I won Survivor." And she goes, "Oh, so you're buying drinks?" And I said, "For myself,
Juices. She's just.
See, I'm in a different
No, I
position
hate
because
her.
she knows who I am, I guess, and like from the time, and she's like always like, the first time I met her, we were at the Rainbow in Hollywood on Sunset. She goes, Dick, I'm such a big fan. I'm like, I really wish I could say the same. But everybody's different outside the
The
house.
thing that is upsetting to me is that while I feel like she's such a physical competitor in the game, and she tries so hard socially, she tries too hard socially that she should not have been rewarded with a win. CBS manufactured that win with their stupid twist throughout the entire season.
They helped them along by having a
Okay.
one-week duo twist
Without-
to keep Jordan and
Okay,
Rachel.
without Todd being a parent to me right now, Dick, you and I can have a conversation about this. Was Brendan not brought back for a fun twist to keep the veterans in the game?
To keep the drama in the game.
Exactly.
With Brendan and Rachel.
When they got the final six, Jordan
Pay
and
attention.
Jordan.
I was watching the show and I feel
Jordan
very
and
out of my
Rachel,
element.
were they not somehow, back to the duo twist? You knew they wanted to be going home, and then the other one would not have had a chance to make it to the end, clearly.
It was
so
ridiculous.
it was all manufactured for her win, for a veteran to win, not her. But you can't necessarily say, I won Big Brother. Yes, you did win Big Brother, so congratulations, good for you, you can't take it away from you. However, if you sit there and legitimately say, I won the social game of Big Brother, it's a joke. Because so many little speedboats were thrown in the way for the opposition to the veterans that they wanted you to win, that it was almost handed to one of the six.
This is what I'm saying.
And one of the five of you when you
I'm
left.
sick of these seasons that have returning players and new players.
Survivor is
It needs
guilty.
to be
So
one.
bad.
Survivor is
So
nonstop.
bad. So bad.
Big Brother, the
You're
last
getting
two
into heaven
seasons,
automatically.
they need to do one or the other. Do it All Stars,
You're getting into heaven
Paris Villains, or
automatically.
whatever the fuck you want to call it,
You've earned your
or
pass.
all new people.
Exactly.
Don't do half and half. Don't do two people and the
doesn't
rest.
even make
Don't-
any sense.
Listen,
it's just-
CBS.
It's just bad.
You know what?
Players here.
Everybody's
Hello.
tired.
It's too many cooks in the kitchen. Like they try to have one idea and then it turns into like 6 ideas mashed into one and then all of a sudden it's
But how many Survivor seasons have had returning players, and how many of those have had a returning player, as few as there have been, in the finals? I think every one.
Yeah.
Huh. It's interesting how that happens. How does that happen?
And this is,
I remember when I
he was on
wasn't
the,
on any of these shows.
the Average Joe.
I was on the show called My House.
What was that like?
And the vacuum
That's
line.
a TBS sitcom, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
And
very
someone had to do the dishes.
He was
That
actually,
me. And,
this is
and
Raymond.
There were
He-
no cameras.
Raymond won the
Neither
Biggest
one.
Loser. He was 640 pounds.
This is true.
He's down to 120
That's
But
what I
he's
pounds.
still,
You're
he's,
like-
but he's still a loser. He's still a loser.
I totally
so-
won.
So,
Yeah, that's-
who do you like for this season?
It's hard to find the new people to like because it's been so
Do you like
focused.
any of the new people?
I honestly I think it's hard to get to know them so much because of the focus
All the
on the
focus on the
coaches
return.
and how they coach their players.
Yeah.
I do love Brittany, so I feel like I root for her team. I don't really like Willie. I don't like JoJo. So
like Wonky Eye.
I know you don't like her. So obviously Shane, I kind of root for. I think Shane is so far in. I think Shane is so far in the closet he doesn't know what clothes to wear. I can't even like get past the clothes to get out of the closet. That's fine.
Did you notice that Shane has this really weird cowlick that starts like right in his head?
That probably means he doesn't wash his hair.
It's really
No,
weird.
that shit is gel like crazy, and he's got the puka shells. He's
He's got-
94.
oh my God.
It's absurd.
From what year?
94.
I thought it was like 82.
Okay, well, we're working with some
Where's
old school.
puka shells?
David Cassidy does in the 70s.
Did he even wear them on the
It's
Celebrity
unfortunate.
Apprentice?
If
No,
he's gay, he
God.
needs some
Even
serious
David
help.
Cassidy has given up the
He needs
puka
some
Retired
serious
the
help.
puka
That's
shells.
right. But Shane he's trying to bring them back.
That's right.
It's not working. I promise you, the gays are like, bitch, that is not working. And whatever Will is doing, not cute either. So honestly, the new cast is kind of like last season, where the new cast was meant to be like the
Filler.
background
Filler.
to
Yeah.
the coaches.
Exactly.
So which makes me wonder when they're making these points, like, hey, when the coaches might enter the game, it's a valid point because now there are what 9 left, and only 9 is jury. You know,
How
so
unfair would that
it would be
be?
extreme. But is that out of Big Brother
But
style?
how
Is that out of
completely unfair would that
is
be?
that out of Big Brother style?
It would be like bringing back 3 of the best survivors and some random survivor with a wonky eye.
I know. I know. They don't like her. She's not good at the game. For
And
sure.
then giving them like a 1-month pass before putting them in the game.
I agree.
Where they can't go home.
But
they
can
can't
you
be nominated
honestly
for
say?
the
I know you said you would already like write off Big Brother.
I won't watch it.
You have a tattoo on your shoulder. You would write off Big Brother.
I just have a big black blob.
Okay, you would write off Big Brother if that happens. But can you honestly tell me that you think that's not a legit, decent possibility?
Concern would be the word I would use.
But
concern.
think about it though. Are they really gonna pick a winner from these motherfuckers? I mean, the new contestants. We're talking
Todd was
about.
getting smacked on.
Yeah, he likes.
We
Yeah,
have to wait till we get to whatever.
we're at Disney, so he's very concerned that I'm going to offend somebody and he's blacklisted from Disney.
I mean, in his defense, we are at Disney.
It's
And there
true.
is a
I'm not
rule.
denying
And
it.
here's the thing.
I'm with Evil Dick. He'll be blacklisted before me. They don't know that.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
He's got a hit. We all know.
You have a hidden Mickey?
Lovers quarrel here. There you go, Dick at Night viewers. There you go.
Wait a minute. Where's the hidden Mickey? I'm not getting it. That little dot?
Exactly. It's a
I
hidden
thought it was
Mickey.
like going to be hidden in your pant line one-liners.
That's for me.
Here's my hit me.
That's for me, Dick. So who do you like in this season?
M-I-C.
The new contestant, not the coach.
Of the new contestants,
I
like JoJo. She's trash.
But not to win.
But she's
the
gonna be
player.
good.
Yeah, she's. Other than that, the new.
They're like last season. They're background players.
Yeah.
The coaches are the best.
I don't really like Megan.
You don't know them. They're just there.
I like JoJo. That's it.
Yeah. What do you
It's
think?
very good. I'm not really new people.
Exactly.
I'm rooting for Janelle. That's it. I don't like Boogie. I've never been a fan of Boogie's.
Brittany has a wonky eye to you.
I'm really hoping that Dan goes home with Danielle
To see what happens.
this Thursday, tomorrow. But I don't think it's going to happen because I think JoJo's going to go. Who the hell else is in it? Oh, Wonky Eye. I'm not down with Wonky
But
Eye.
the thing is, they had 3 players and they brought back like Rachel's rival from her season, her like comedic rival. Who, to be fair, I love Brittany to death, but I don't think she's a player at all. She is simply a character, which is fantastic. But she needs fodder. She needs somebody to make fun of. Otherwise, she's irrelevant. So it's unfortunate. I thought JoJo might be that, but JoJo is on her team, so she can't really make fun
JoJo
of her.
doesn't know what the hell she's doing.
But any Jersey Shore type character is going to be fodder for
Give me
somebody.
some coffee. I
Exactly.
want to
But if Brittany's on her side, it's
I'm
not
from
gonna
New
happen.
York, and I can't even stand this accent. It makes me want to jump out of the window. But she's made such a big deal, even in her like interviews and stuff, about her accent. It's like,
They probably
okay,
people, like ask her all the questions. They're like, so what people think about her accent? That's like the reason she was cast on the show.
yeah, well that's why they put
They're
Enzo
like-
on there because Enzo was like Jersey Shore, you know.
And yeah, that speaks to how
No,
delusional people are.
he's the muscle, he's the brains, he's the beast, and I'm the meow meow. I'm like, what was that?
Remember how they were talking about how famous they were going to be after the show?
Oh, everybody thinks they're going to be famous. Nobody's famous. Nobody comes off of Big Brother, Survivor, none of these goddamn shows famous anymore at all.
true.
The only one is Elizabeth Hasselbeck.
Exactly.
But because, and the funny thing is, she does not acknowledge.
Trash, yeah.
She does not acknowledge Survivor, which pisses me off.
Okay, you know what? I would like to remind her, you took your top off for a piece of cheesecake.
No, that was Jenna and Heidi, season 6, first with peanut butter.
Super sweet.
Yeah, she
I
did.
know I saw it, but I thought she
The thing was with her is that she doesn't acknowledge. Her opportunity came from being notable from Survivor, which at the time season 2 was very big. Still.
Well, and it was new.
Yeah,
Those
exactly.
people had like the most opportunity.
Right,
Like
so she had
Richard
an opportunity.
Hatch,
So
like-
she was one of, I think,
the
5
Playboy
who finally
thing.
interviewed for it. She got the job, and now she will never mention it. Now she's like pro everything, elephants and Republican and everything. And she's the only one on the panel that's remotely conservative. So they always pick on her, and she's somewhat of a moron.
She
So that's
is.
kind of
She's
fun
a
to
total-
make fun of her. She's a total dipshit. There you go, Elizabeth. Dipshit.
Like she's gonna be watching Dick at Night.
She's
I
too
think the last time she
fabulous
like
for
seen
that.
Dick at Night was when she was on Survivor.
She went the wrong way.
Colby snuck her one, but wait, that was after Jeff, after he visited Jeff's tent.
I did hear that Jeffrey was back in Australia. So let us speculate.
I've only spoken to him like a handful of times when we were at Tribal Council or fucking challenges. He's too good for everybody else.
What else do we have to talk about? Is there anything else to talk about? So I'm rooting for Janelle.
Brittany and Janelle are my 2 favorite.
Wonky Eye and Janelle.
If Brittany goes home, like if they don't enter the game or whatever reason, like she won't win it because she's not good at the game. I do like Janelle. I'm glad she's not like bitchy towards Brittany because of the 2 hot.
Have you heard all the shit Whitney's talking about Janelle behind her?
Yes, and I have heard about that because Brittany is paranoid that Janelle has turned against her, which she now has because of her lack of control of her team because she's not a good player. So it all makes sense.
So how many people are on everyone's team?
3 started on each person's team. Now, Dan is
Okay, let's address something. I'm sorry to cut you off. I want to address something before we wrap this up. What happened during season 11 with Shima? Remember?
Vaguely,
Shima
that's
got
what I
mad,
picked up
took
before.
her mic, threw it into the jacuzzi. She got kicked out. What happened was Michelle Noonan, the neuroscientist, turned softcore playboy, but she still is a neuroscientist. I'm friends with Michelle. I love Michelle. I love you, Michelle. But what happened to Michelle's HOH is she went in the diary room. She goes, "One person left. We need a new HOH. I'm sorry, you have to move out." Frank, Willie went. Frank was going after Willie, but yet they're letting Frank play out his HOH.
I told him that. I said, it doesn't make any sense for the drama of the show because Brittany is solely there to be a character, not to be a coach, because they cannot understand, they cannot believe that she's a player.
No way.
Exactly. It was
She
the
can't
producers
even.
can't.
The thing
So-
is that she is so insecure about being
But
there.
on-
Everybody treats her like shit.
So based on precedent, wouldn't the producers have then said, okay, Willie, knowing that he was their target anyway, said Willie has left the game, one person's left, now you should now you have to relinquish your HOH or having a new HOH competition,
Exactly.
you're ineligible. That's what I told him. And he was like, well, no, I'm not sure. Like,
That's
how
what they
that
did
works.
before, and Michelle was very upset. She was on Twitter,
Exactly.
really upset.
Well,
about
exactly.
it.
Like,
Why
it doesn't make
No, why did they do that?
Because
If
that
they're gonna do
keeps,
it, they have to
because that
stick
would
with what's
keep
going.
Brittany in the game for a couple more weeks because her two players would have a chance then to win HOH and not be both in the block against each other, having Shane having to win POV and having JoJo now going home. And now
This is
having
one of the
player
things that I don't like about Big Brother. with
Exactly. The producers interact
And-
far too much.
And let's say the Pandora's box just happened to come up at the most convenient times, giving the biggest powers in the game, that Cootie Jeff, the diamond power of Matt,
Yes.
you know, all of that kind of bullshit.
I like how you've adopted the player's name who ended up conveniently winning it or using it.
That's
I
right.
like that. That's a big part of the
And
lingo.
both
I like
of them have absolutely no idea how to use these powers and have both blown it. They gave Jeff the football on the 1 yard line and said, win the game, and he said, oh, fumble. And Jordan ended up falling on top of it and won the game. That's what happened. Am I wrong?
Did she
Okay.
get it?
Now, Matt.
I liked it.
Matt, the Diamond Power beat. Who does he evict?
I don't remember.
Kathy.
yeah,
The
floater
woman
off floaters.
that almost drowned in the caramel sauce in the
was the
first
best.
episode. It took her like 2 hours to finish the course because she was stuck in the caramel.
It was so good.
It was so
It might have
good.
been very viscous.
That's why I love Brittany. Is she goes, I looked over at Kathy and all I see is
I kept saying I was waiting for her hand to go under.
She's a scientist, Monet. That would be
Purple
pretty
sauce.
Kathy was the cop. Oh, no, but look at that, no handoff. My girlfriend has to go to the
Cameraman
bathroom.
trade.
No,
All right.
we're gonna wrap this up anyhow.
I'm glad
But
that exploded.
anyhow, Matt gets Kathy out instead of really using the diamond power beat up for the power that it
Well, because
has.
floaters had to grab a life vest. Kristen!
Nobody comes between me and my man, except for Molly on Skype.
Oh. Which, Molly or Matthew?
Yeah. We've gone over this before, and I've told them they have a very good sense of humor about it because I tell them this. I tell people to their face. I don't go behind their backs. That was my problem with Ray. They started talking shit behind my back. That's when I made my YouTube video.
Those homos.
And he-
You gotta never can trust them.
That's true. It's just like,
He's just an asshole. There's a difference between being gay and being a fucking asshole. And Reagan's a fucking asshole. So anyhow, they're gonna wrap this one up, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my day at Epcot. So we will see you next time for the eviction tomorrow. Live eviction. Adios, motherfuckers.